Hey everyone, it's your friend Thinknoodles. There goes my voice. Hey everyone, it's your friend Thinknoodles, and welcome back to Ask Think for June? Guys, it is summertime! Yes. Okay, so before we get to the questions for me, I asked you guys a question in the last video, and it was, what's your dream car and why? And I said, don't do something like this kind because it's fast. So, had a lot of really good responses. Some of them were, well, you'll see in a minute. Okay, so first is X Earthquake X, and they said, my dream car is one that has no leather, vegan, vegetarian pride. One of those cool thingamabodies is like an iPad built into the car, and I want it to be a red convertible. By the way, thanks for answering my question. Oh geez, in this month. Anyway, so that is almost a Tesla. They do have vegan leather, and they do have a cool thingamabobby that's an iPad. And actually the new Roadster that's coming out, I don't know what the dash looks like, but it'll definitely have vegan leather. So that might be your dream car. It actually does exist. Ryan Cathy says, my favorite car is a Jeep. When I was little, my grandfather would drive me and my sister through his giant fields of grass that his horses would graze on. I love the memories of the wind blowing in my face and him driving us to the ice cream shop to get a sweet cold treat to eat in the hot sun. My favorite flavor was Huckleberry. Huckleberry ice cream. That sounds amazing. My favorite rides were in winter when you attach a rope to the back of the Jeep as well as to a sled and pull me and my sister around in the snow. He even let it, okay, hold on a second. Hold on, I read a little bit of this when I picked the comment, and I was like, oh, it's so sweet, he has memories, but your grandfather, well, your grandfather some of this stuff sounds a little unsafe, but anyway, he would let us try to drive it sometimes. I don't know, maybe I don't know how old you are, but and even though we don't ride in a Jeep anymore, it's still fun to think of it from time to time. Does sound fun. Also, maybe a little on the dangerous side, but that might have been what made it fun. My dream, or Bam Bam Cami Z May says, my dream car is a 1970 440 Challenger. This is one of the best American cars ever built. I've always loved classic cars. I've grown up surrounded by them and actually own a 73 Plymouth Barracuda with a 318 small block. It's currently a project, but I hope to have it finished in 2019. You have your own car? Dude. Lynn Loves Cat says, I'm not sure what my dream car would be as long as it is not a convertible, because where I live it gets really cold and I couldn't use it for like half the year. Also, I have really long hair, so it would totally obscure my vision when I drive fast. And then, boom, no more me. No way, I'll never tie my hair up. Other than that, I don't really care as long as it works. Mr. Moshi35 says, my dream car is a smart car. You know, those little tiny adorable ones? I would want one because it gives me an excuse to not drive my siblings around because it's so small and would be super easy to park. The Best Aubrey says, my dream car is a limousine. Why? I wouldn't have to wear my seatbelt for one. Hold on. Yes, you would. You should always wear your seatbelt in a moving vehicle. I tell this to my wife all the time when we're in taxis and stuff. Like, if you're going over 10 miles per hour, you gotta have a seatbelt on. Even in the backseat, even in a limousine, you definitely should have one. It's dangerous, guys. Anyway, limousines, also, some limousines have candy and lights, and I want that limo. Also, June 12th, tonsils out. Good luck. Diamond King says, my dream car would be a Bugatti. Like, why not? Speedy car, and also why? Because it is fast and cool. People would be like, oh. That is true. That is true. People, when they see Bugattis, like a Veyron or something, they're like, even me. I've seen a couple, and yeah, it's jaw dropping. Tin, my dream car is the Battle Bus. There'd be someone pulling Fortnite in this. Why? Because it can fly, carry a lot of people, and look awesome. It's perfect. Wolferl says, I want a trash can with wheels. Because why not? But then I might ask you why. Chicken Chest says, a dream car? Who wants a car? I want a nice rocket ship with leather seats. All right, fair. Redstone Gamer says, my dream car would be a driverless car, so then I could dream while driving somewhere. All right, nice. Well, guys, for me, my dream car was always a Tesla, and we have one now. So I guess I would say, and I do love the car, and I love everything about it. that it's environmentally friendly, it's quick, it is smooth, it's a great car. I really love it. But I guess my dream car, now that I've driven electric, and once you've driven electric, it is really hard to drive a gas car. You're used to the instant power. You're used to one pedal driving because the way that the car regenerates electricity when you let off the gas, it actually spins the motor backwards to generate power. You get used to all that, and when you drive a regular car again, a gas-powered car, and you're like, ugh, I don't like this. So anyway, I think now that I've driven electric, I'll probably only drive electric, but my dream car, I guess electric dream car would be the Tesla Roadster, because it is, well, it's a little small for the three of us, myself, my wife, and my dog, but it goes 0 to 60 in like 1.8 seconds, supposedly, has like a 500-mile range, and goes over 200 miles an hour. And it looks amazing. So that's my dream car now. For next month, Swayam Simrith says, if you had $100, what would you spend it on? Now for the questions for me, and before we get to them, I do want to remind you to leave your question in the comments below so I can have something fun to answer in the next episode. Remember, only one question per comment, but you can leave as many comments as you like. Also, if the comments on this Ask Think are closed, go to the most recent Ask Think and ask your question there. And DJ Foxy asks, because this is related, but it wasn't really about their favorite car, but it says, have you ever sat in an intense sports car, supercar, hybrid car, or hypercar? If yes, how was the experience? Was it amazing? I find it amazing because I love cars. Yes. Over one Christmas, we went to Las Vegas, like Christmas, New Year's. And when we were there, my wife got me like 7 laps around a track in a Lamborghini Aventador. And yes, that, okay. So, and yes, I was driving, not riding, driving. And yes, it was amazing. The acceleration was amazing. But the problem with driving one of these cars like that is they are so expensive that the entire time, and there's a guy in the car with you telling you what to do, like, oh, accelerate here, turn here, brake here, and you're just freaked out because he's like, step on the gas all the way, and you're going fast. You're like, oh, we're going like 140, and then there's a turn coming up, and I don't know if this thing is going to slow down, and this thing is worth more money than I could ever imagine, and I'm going to crash into the wall. Oh, it was terrifying. Sid Goal asks, why don't you talk about the game that you play while you answer? And this is specific to Ask Think. That's because I do the questions and then I play the gameplay afterward. Tristan Miranda asks, can you use the fox emoji? Is my favorite. Also, how does your wife play with you? She's busy all day being a doctor. Well, I used it for you, and we don't play games that often because she doesn't get home until late, and then pretty much at dinner time, and then we both kind of just want to unwind, and I've been playing games all day because it's fun, and she's been doctoring all day because she has to, because her patients need her, and you know, we don't get a lot of time to play games together. Zane Zia asks, how do you get the videos in the background to be exactly as long as the Q&A? Well, when I play, so what I do is I record the audio, then I edit it down, figure out how long it is, and then I play a little bit of games in the back. Well, I play a few games, maybe Bed Wars or whatever I decide to play, and if it just, usually it's pretty close in length, and if it isn't, I speed up and slow down. Some of it you might not even be able to tell, but now that I'm telling you it, you're probably noticing that it's a little fast or a little slow. Usually I just speed up the clips a little bit and make them fit to be exactly right. Awesomeness TY asks, when did you meet your wife and how? There's literally a video on my channel all about that. That is my Draw My Life video. I suggest you check it out. It's actually a really good video, if I do say so myself. And it does tell you guys how I met my wife and then how we re-met and started dating. Ugly Trash asks, is Poptropica still making islands? As far as I know, yes. I met with someone on their management team a number of months ago, and they detailed the plans for me of what they're doing with Poptropica World, and they did have new islands in their plan. I think that they're working on two things. They're working on moving again all of their Poptropica original islands to Poptropica World and new islands as well, and they're trying to mix them up. Kelly Tercios asked, who was your role model growing up? Like YouTuber, celebrity, or anyone cool you looked up to? Well, when I grew up, there weren't any YouTubers to look up to because there was no YouTube or public internet for that matter. As far as celebrities, I mean, who I looked up to, I think it was athletes, right? I think that a lot of people my age definitely looked up to athletes for inspiration, whether it be Olympic athletes, professional athletes. But yeah, I definitely looked up. I've always loved the NBA, so I always looked up to NBA stars as something to aspire to. Obviously, I'm way too short and not athletically talented at all. So I looked to them for inspiration on other things to be the best at other things. Wolf King asks, would you be the same happy YouTuber if you hadn't met Rochelle? Well, I've always been happy. I've always been happy. I've always been optimistic and had this outlook on my life and life in general. But happy YouTuber? Probably not. If I hadn't met Rochelle, maybe I would have met someone else who would be supportive of me doing what I do, especially in the beginning. But yeah, she helped support me while I was starting YouTube. And if I didn't have her, I might not have been able to start YouTube and become a happy YouTuber. I'd still be happy, but maybe not a YouTuber. So I guess I wouldn't be as happy as I am right now. The Spider-Man Gamer asks, have you ever wanted to make your own game? I want to be a game designer one day. Yes, absolutely. When I was in high school, my best friend and I had plans and dreams to make a game. We wanted to make sort of like an FPS style game out of mechs, that, you know, you're on a map and you got to kill all the other mechs, whatever. It was an idea that we thought that we really had. He was a really good programmer too, by the way, and I wanted to be like him. I wanted to be as good as him at programming, and I was always studying programming so that we could make our game together. Didn't work out, but he works for Microsoft now, and I do this, and I think we're both happy. Andrew Seja or Seha asked, do you still keep in touch with Dan and you can play more games with him? Yes, of course I keep in touch with Dan. I talk to him almost every day. In fact, from when I'm recording this, but when you guys watch it, it's gonna be a little bit later, but I saw Dan a week ago in California. We hung out all day. However, playing more games with him, that's tough because our schedules are really different, and Dan is, I mean, I'm busy, but Dan is on another level busy. So it is really, really hard for us to find time to play together, even though we definitely want to. Denise Cervantes asks, have you ever tried to breed koi? Well, I've never had any koi. I mean, I've never bred any type of fish. I'm just kidding. I know I'm pretty sure you meant Kopi and it auto-corrected to koi. No, we've never tried to breed her because when she was a tiny little baby puppy, we had her fixed, or spayed, because the vet told us that if we fixed her early, then she would have less likely of a chance to get mammary gland cancer. So we wanted her to live as long as possible. So we spayed her very young. Nicole Sanchez Stoll asked, did Kopi ever go to dog school? My puppy Princess did, and she was sometimes bad. Yes, she did, but we went to like puppy kindergarten, I think it was, that we took her, and she already knew all the tricks. And it's funny you call your puppy Princess because Rochelle called Kopi her puppy prodigy in the class, because whenever they were like, okay, now we're gonna teach the dogs to lay down, and they're like, okay, we're gonna use the command down, and we're gonna put it, and we did that, and then she just did it, and then Rochelle's like, see, my dog is a prodigy. Lightning Sparks asks, have you ever been bullied? I am, because I'm 12, but I try to ignore them at Noodle On. Yes, I was bullied as a kid. But I'm trying to understand. You are bullied because you're 12? I don't understand. Is it because you're like 12 and you skipped a few grades, or anyway, bullying is bullying, no matter what the reason. And yes, I was bullied as a kid. And it was hard. It was hard to ignore them. A lot of it was because I was small, because of my asthma. Everyone was growing up around me, and I was small, and I was easy prey for bullies. I never really got, except for one time when I was probably around 8 years old. Never did anybody like hit me or hurt me physically. except that one time. But yeah, the emotional bullying was there, you know, and making fun of me because I was small. There was a lot of that, and you know, I promise you it will get better. I promise you it will. And I know it's hard to see past that, but keep it up. Keep trying to ignore them. But if there's ever any physical violence, please tell an adult. SJ and SN4 asks, did you hear the Laurel or Yanny thing? And if you did, what did you hear? I heard Laurel. And honestly, I don't know how anybody could hear anything different. Like, those things sound completely different. Yanny and Laurel. But I've listened to it 10 times, and I hear Laurel every time. So, you know, I don't get it. I don't get how that works. I really, really don't. Calico Plays asks, what's your favorite pasta sauce? That's a random question, but I do have the answer to that. Our favorite pasta sauce is Rayo's Marinara. Marinara. Yeah, we love that stuff, and we have like a cabinet full of it. It's kind of expensive, but it's really, really good. XXMFD Gamer asks, hey Think, have you got any news about The Last of Us 3 from Matt, and will you be in it? Not recently. Yes, I will be in it. Let me answer that first. But haven't gotten any news about it recently. Usually when he does the voice reading, he's getting near completion. So when I get those, I'll let you guys know that it's almost here. Ayana H Games asks, do you eat ice cream, and what is your favorite flavor? Mine is chocolate and blue bubble gum. And yeah, guys, that's 2 questions. I know, but come on. You can't answer no to the first one, so she was just throwing that out there. So what is my favorite flavor of ice cream? I have to say that my favorite flavor currently, because someone told me to try something else, but at this one ice cream place, is Zen Butter at the Chinatown Ice Cream Factory here in New York. It is so good, but someone told me I need to try the egg custard or the dantat ice cream, because they said it's the best they've ever tasted. So I don't know yet, but right now it is Zen Butter. Ryan Cathy asks, Think, how do you send videos to your editor? Do you send it partially edited, or you tell it to add memes, or the whole thing? I'm sure it varies between different videos, but please tell me. I've been asking this for so long, and I want to know the answer. Also, my birthday is May 24th. I know it's late by now. Actually, I'm literally recording this on your birthday, so happy birthday, Ryan. So usually I send them partially edited. I just cut out all of the blank spaces, and anything that's dead air. So usually I'll make an hour recording, and then I send over to my editor maybe about 30 minutes of footage, and from there they do the editing, and I make comments on it along the way as they're editing and sending me previews. PixelGamer915 asks, Think, how many live streams do you post a month? Well, if you mean this month, none. But summer is here, as I said, and we're gonna be doing a lot of live streaming during the week, almost every day, I hope. Mr. Moshi35 asks, hey, Think, did you ever do any sports as a kid? I assume nowadays you don't have much time to do that, but it really intrigued me. So as I said before, I was never very good at sports. I'm not athletically inclined, or at least as a kid, I definitely wasn't. But I did play baseball and basketball, and yes, I was short, and yes, I was terrible, and everyone could block my shot because I was short. But when I played baseball, though, I was really good on defense. Again, being small, I didn't have a lot of power behind the bat, so I didn't get many hits. But I was, if anybody was hitting anywhere within 50 yards of me in left field, forget about it. I was catching it. I was very, very good at catching fly balls. Cecilia Guzman asks, who's the owner of Mojang? My sister says it's a person named Mojang. No, the owner of Mojang now is Microsoft. Prior to that, it was Notch or Marcus Persson. And yeah, it's not anybody named Mojang. King Flip asks, why don't you play Pokemon Go anymore? Well, you know, I played it longer than a lot of people. Not everyone, obviously, but a lot of people had ditched it way before I did, and I was still playing it because I was having fun with my wife. We were having a really good time with it still. But what happened, to me at least, is we got almost a full Pokédex. I only needed one Pokemon, it was Chansey, and you know, I was hatching eggs like crazy and spending tons of time walking and tons of money on the incubators. and I just got tired of it. And the thing that made me decide I'm not doing this anymore is when they introduced Gen 2, and they introduced like a couple of them in, and they were only available through incubators, and I'm like, I'm done, like I'm done with this. Like, I want to catch new Pokemon, I don't want to incubate new Pokemon, like, so I put it down after that. Colton Temple asks, how can you get so good at Bed Wars easily? I've been trying, but I can never do well. Okay, so I'm not good at Bed Wars at all. I do okay, and it just takes a lot of practice. It's not an easy thing to do. You can't just pick it up right. Some people can, but I couldn't. It takes experience. You have to learn some of the strategies and techniques and try to outthink what the person what the team or people who are trying to kill you and destroy your bed are trying to do, and then counter those things. Ibi Hussein says, think the creator of PBB kind of scammed us. We spent Robux on Greninja starters and other things, and they deleted the game. So first of all, they didn't really believe me. If they had a choice in the matter, they definitely would not have deleted Pokemon Brick Bronze, but their hand was forced by the Pokemon company because it was copyright infringement. They didn't scam us, and in fact, I don't know if you checked your messages on Roblox or your inbox, but they did give some of the Robux back, definitely not all of them. But, you know, they did their best to make it whole. But yeah, this was a serious legal situation for them. This guy be gaming LE says, play a very organized thief, please, or if you don't, I'll unsubscribe. And I put this in here because I haven't seen one of these in so long. Oh, one of those, if you don't do this, I'm gonna unsubscribe. This used to be huge, like every comment on YouTube like 3 years ago. But for you specifically, don't unsubscribe because I played a very organized thief maybe like 2 or 3 years ago. Just search my channel and you'll find it. So thanks for subscribing. Lion and Taylor Gaming says, think this is extremely important. All right, I'm locked in. Pineapples on pizza or no pineapples on pizza? That is a very easy question. Pineapples on pizza. Pineapples on pizza for everyone. And if you don't like it, I just say some of you that might be like, oh, you maybe you haven't tried it yet. You gotta try it. You gotta try it before you say no, because it is delicious. I promise. All right, guys, that's it for this episode of Ask Think. If you enjoyed it, please do pick up those chopsticks and poke that like button as hard as you can. Also, please do become a noodler today, subscribe, and don't forget to tap that bell. I'll see you guys again soon. Thanks for watching, and of course, Mulan!